as well. Now, we both predicted a mocreias. I think we both said 2-0. Now, a little bit of a difficult situation we find ourselves in here. Now, Mirage, I'm really excited for, and I'm giving the edge to MIBR here. You know, coming off of such a dominant victory on Nuke, the mental's got to be incredible. Yeah,
that's the thing. Momentum, we already saw it played a big part in Nuke, and let's get it. Map 2. It's do or die for mocreias, and for MIBR, we were talking about they have a chance to make playoffs, and every single game is a must-win for them. However, for mocreias, they're vying for that third, fourth place, and with this pistol round, the T side of MIBR are already shaping up to execute on the A bomb site, where one player is very close with Mario and the Jewel Brothers, and the other is far away with a single flashback.
Absolutely.
Oh, what a flash.
Utility there. Oh, look at that. The Julies working their magic. Only able to get one, though. But that is information passed over that there is a lot of presence. And you can see the rotates already coming in here as well. Little's hiding over there towards ticket box. Spots ahead. Unable to get any damage, though. But Yodina absolutely decimated. And that's huge. They've now taken so much space. They've got the space to put the bomb down as well. Xenon going to be hot on their tails here from jungle. And will go down. Oh, look at that. Just caught on the edge there. That could have just been the edge of the bomb planter that they'd managed to sort of tap away, maybe stopped it going down. But unfortunately, teammate has their back, and it's just Boko and Xenon to try sort of piece something together at this round. Hit on neither of them, so if there's something going to happen, it's going to happen fast here.
It will happen fast. It's a good opener, good trades, and Boko now in this 1 versus 2. Time is running out. Tap of the bomb, 10-second defuse, no kit. Has identified where they both are. However, both of those MIBR players peeks, hides, and just throws Boko into a bit of state of disarray. Good pistol round for MIBR, and that is also 3-4-3.
Absolutely. MIBR, I believe they didn't have as much luck in the pistol rounds starting last half. I think they won one of them, didn't they? They took the second pistol round. First pistol, of course, not going their way, so it's brilliant to see them coming in with such fight. We talked about that momentum. What a brilliant way to start. Of course, bomb down. We can see some awesome weaponry coming out. A lot of utility to work with us here. Some might say excessive force up against, well, what we can see as the bottom.
It's been interesting every single time. So, yeah, it's been mocreias on an eco every single time. It's been interesting. Oh, sorry, no, mocreias won the first pistol. What am I talking about? I've confused myself there a little bit. I had in my head that MIBR had won that, and they were 3 for 3 on pistols. Ignore me, never mind. But we haven't seen a single force buy, if I'm not mistaken. It's been an eco every single time after a pistol round win. CT side, honestly, I think a force buy would have been viable, but an eco, you're not expecting too much. It was a full eco, and they will be back out with their rifles very early on. They do not want to give MIBR the edge with maybe like a 3-round lead without having much of a resistance until their full buy. I think that maybe could be the reason. MR12, less rounds to play with, you have less opportunity to maybe whittle away the rounds and go for a gimmicky round with the pistol. So here we are, back on the rifles. mocreias, let's get it.
Absolutely. We can see the smoke coming out from mid there as well. So unfortunately, Boko not going to be able to find anything in window. Will actually go and post himself down in connector as well. Look at that. Little bit of presence all over the map. Bomb is floating over towards that A side, but there's a lot of presence over in apps as well. Choosing not to really dabble with mid, just letting mocreias have mid, have that control, sort of splitting themselves between these two sides.
It's going to be a ruse over towards that B bomb site, as currently we do have the bomb over towards A, and honestly, this is actually taking away a lot of attention. Look, Xenon and Yodina have got their full attention towards B, and then both Little Z and Boko are looking towards middle, because they also don't have that control. But Xena, this is a big interaction. If she can win out this duel, it's a 1 round for MIBR, but as soon as Yodina wins that, confirms is loving towards B, and now with the acceleration out of ramp, it puts a lot of pressure on these individuals, because now mocreias have full information of what MIBR are doing.
Absolutely. And of course, they have no mid control to work with here as well. So they kill off the 2 B players. They know that it's an A push now, and there's nobody really to work with. Not much utility left either to work with. First kill there is pretty good. They push up a little bit further, but they don't clear Mari here, and that will be their downfall. Their Achilles heel there, and it is just Kaiser here. Desperately going to try find anything, albeit a bonus round for them. The moment that smoke fits, it's going to be a little bit of a battle here. Unfortunately, Boko takes it very cleanly, and that is mocreias with a very solid first round on the board, not dropping a single person.
Solid round in all. Like, that was a great mid round from them. Yadina gets that 1 kill, and then what I was scared of is the lack of mid presence from mocreias. Not because MIBR had it, but the lack of information from mocreias. Guess what? They send 3 players there. MIBR had a moment where they could just go out of A, and no one was really holding for them. But as soon as mocreias take that mid control, they go, okay, we've killed the player underpass. They're all out A ramp, and that's what everyone looks. And there's also a flank. Xenon was going around the world, but MIBR straight foot on the accelerator. They're looking like they want to shape up towards the B bomb site, and they've already forced out a molly and an aid.
They have already. And that is going to be really crucial later on in the round. Xenon going to be pushing up a little bit here. Still very worried. We had that little bit of a battle between the smoke last round. Flashbang is good. Unfortunately, not going to have too much of an effect. We are shots exchanged there. Will fall back a little bit there, not wanting to lose their life. Waiting and buying a little bit of time for their team to come in. Dancing around the pillars. Unfortunately, will be the first to fall there. Xenon back up from Catwalk. Does take down the first. Little bit of a scrappy fight there as well. And the second.
What?
Good start there. That's a little bit more than I thought they were going to get. That Mac-10 doing a little bit of work. And look, kills going back and forth. You kill 2 of ours, we'll take 2 of yours as well. Now it is 2 on 3. Health not so great for regain, but they have a lot of space to work with. Bomb will go down as well. A little bit of time for the post plant. Both coming through market here. Trying to holding for them as well. They're going to have to clear. The kill is messy, but China will fall. 2 on 2 here. They know where they both are. And look at that regain from Catwalk. Absolutely stellar stuff. Bokor having to look in all directions. Doesn't quite know where everyone is. Sort of ships in the night. Pushing forward. They do have a kit, but they still have to make sure they get on that bomb quickly. Jumping up will be heard here. Unfortunately. Oh! I say unfortunately. This is now a very winnable round. They do have to get this kill. Knows where it is. Is just going to have to stick the bomb though if they want this. Beautiful kill there. Timer, I don't think they've got it. They don't. And the bomb radius so brutal. Oh, that's so good. That shouldn't have been a round that got as close as it did.
That's so unfortunate. That was a round where CK opening kill, Yadina falls, and I would have liked to have a little bit more synergy between her and Sinon, because Sinon does great, but I feel like both of those B players played very individualistically. Yeah. However, for me, the hero of that round is Regain. She comes through on short and she just gets 1 kill. She gets 1 kill on Sinon and takes away a massive primary zone of Catwalk away from mocreias and just relays to a team they're coming out of market. Good opener from Mario on the retake, however, close but no cigar.
Mari already having a much better game. We saw them struggle a lot on map number 1, and it's brilliant. See them coming into the element a little bit more here as well, even if the scoreline doesn't quite show that. But look at that! What? Brutal peak! We talked about Pika's advantage so much over on Twitter and CS2, but we can see it coming into action right here, right now. Mari on the edge of the smoke does have the backup of the teammate and the AWP there, and that will work so well in their favor. His body's just fallen, and fun, it's just keys are alive. Look, they are all there. Health low. Sprays through several of them, but unfortunately, flashbang and the smoke fading just mean that they can't find much more. Body's just evaporating there.
Yeah, that there's not much to break down apart from what a round.
What a round.
You know what, Boka? Like, a part of me, the analytical part of me is like, what are you doing? Why would you do that? But the part of me who loves to sling, you know what? God's, all power to you. It worked. You get a kill and a dink with a FAMAS. My FAMAS does not do that. And mocreias, now that's a very assertive way to win a round. Great crossfires, great control as a cohesive unit. Bokor, not supposed to take fully damage from a nade, but does get information as no one towards B. And Little Z, I love this. Starting towards A last round, starting towards B this round. It is going to be a force buy from MIBR. Thursday saving for the low up. However, these Tech 9s can be still very dangerous, even if they have just got armor and low util. But Little Z, great opener towards apartments.
Absolutely brilliant. We've seen these really advanced AWP positions. We saw it on Thursday, of course, outside on Nuke in map number 1. And now, maybe a little bit of a leaf being taken out of their book on this map as well by Little Z. And look at that. The trigger discipline might work so perfectly. We've seen it backfire so many times, though. Gets the first, does reveal their location, gets damage on the second, knows where the third is well. That's so helpful for their team. And suddenly, this is a lot scarier of a round than it should have been. They only had Tech 9s, and look at them now. Both have rifles.
What a round. And that's all because of Furzy. Opener goes away from them, but then now they're in this 2 versus 2. Both of them have armor. China spots out the first. They don't have information of where Boca is just yet. China, does she go for this fight or does she fall back and try play with her teammate? Unfortunately for Boca, she's blocked off by smokes, but as those smoke fades, it now puts a little bit of pressure on China because she has to go for that fight, but Kaiser, 1 versus 2, and unfortunately, the Galil spray does not quite warrant her a frag, and that's a very nice retake. A little bit, I kind of came down just to Jules, but overall, that's just a very nice 2 versus 2 retake, and unfortunately for MIBR, a round that never should have been winnable, inevitably isn't.
It isn't indeed. A little bit scary. We've said it seems like everyone's playing a little bit more individual, a little bit more separated here on this map. I don't know if that's maybe just the nature of Mirage, maybe a little bit of miscommunication within the teams as well. What do you think would have happened if maybe China had backed away there? Do you think things could have gone differently? And do you think maybe that's what defined the round a bit? Or
Yeah, so I think there, Kazia, a little bit comes down to her to say to her teammate, you can come back. Like, I'm holding market for you. You can come back. The smokes are still there. Try back up. Try come towards, like, get right pillar. I think that's a little bit where it's, like, on her teammate maybe to be like, look, you can do this. But yeah, I think it's a position where if she'd got that kill laner, I would have gone, you know what, great position, so oppressive, so assertive. But because she doesn't, it kind of falls down. It is going to be an eco this time for MIBR again, just so we don't get lost in the source. They have got 2 kills. They kind of lost the fight in middle, but Furzy just somehow gets through the smokes without being spotted, has picked up her weapon of choice, and is now in a 2 versus 2. But will they expect Mari on the A bomb site? It doesn't even matter because they might be going away from her.
you told us not to get lost in the source. Maybe you need to tell mocreias that as well. This is not a round that should have slipped through their hands this easily. As you said, Furzy on the weapon of choice as well. 2-on-2. Bomb is safely in their grasp as well. And the 2 mocreias players are separated. They aren't playing together here as well. And look at them. They have been so slippery. MIBR, we've talked about them in these really advanced positions, pushing up into some crazy angles and sort of never being where you expect them to be. It must be quite a scary prospect for mocreias. And look at them, they're choosing to head over towards A. Mari in a little bit of an unusual spot, a little bit difficult. They will have to flush her out there, but
they're not going to expect it. Smoke down on the bomb, planting triple. Mari spam. It connects, but it will not deny. Doesn't matter what happens now because the bomb's gone down. In a sense, it's already a win. Molotov isn't going to force China out because she's already fallen. Furzy, 2 kills so far, has made this round in the position that it is. Smoke reinstated onto that bomb.
There's a gap.
Gadina closing down the gap. And speaking of gaps, Furzy takes advantage of one, but only a leg onto Mari. Bomb stink stick, P250 out, so much damage and a headshot on the final bullet. Mari legged 15 HP, taking the fight to her adversary, and the P250 sings. Furzy's getting hyped in the cameras, and MIBR win a round that this time it was unwinnable.
That is absolutely crazy shenanigans going on here. We saw that kill. We saw them push some really weird angles, you know, on these pistol rounds. You might as well go for a little bit crazy, a little bit something special. They do. The moment that AWP lands in Furzy's hands, you can see the confidence. You can see the switch up. They get the kill on Cat. They get the bomb down. And, of course, a little bit scary when they only got the leg tag there. Loses the teammate, holds their nerves. The pistol absolutely coming in clutch there. And look at that. They take the lead again. They pull away a little bit.
Honestly, Furzy, we're living in her world right now. P250 gets the first killing connector, has her primary weapon, and does perfect work with it. That is a round that changes a momentum of a game. That's a round that changes everything because look at the economy. mocreias in the round previous, 2 alive. This round, I think it's a double eco as well. They had 1,900, they think they have 1,400 or so going into this round. They've got nothing to work with. And already, Bazina with a great opener, damage onto Sign-On. Yes, there are still 3 members here, but there's more rifles converging on this position for MIBR. Good kill from Sign-On with that 5-7. And hold on a second, these pistols might just do a switcheroo. Where have they just baited in Boca? No, they spot her. What is that awareness?
It is absolutely crazy, and it is just the scout left in the end of the round. You thought the AWP was a bad weapon for the retake. The scout, I'd argue, even worse. And now the question is, do they want to try keep hold of it? This is not a situation that looks particularly favorable for them. All of the weapons that have been dropped over on that B site as well, so not even retrievable. What a nut. That got a little bit scary, though. I've got to admit, these pistols have been dangerous. Because we talk about this, you know, it's bit of an eco round. We can have a little bit of a quieter one. We can talk a little bit more about, you know, the nitty gritty or sort of the long run as well. And then they pull that out and they get 2 really clean opening kills. And suddenly we question our whole existence.
Yeah, I think something I was going to mention, but I didn't really feel like it was too necessary, was over on Nuke. And this is kind of like in the moment on Nuke. I was sitting there and I was like, you know what's been really surprising is that we haven't seen a single pistol or half bite get dangerous, like at all. It's been a game where the rifle's just rifled and that was it. Already we're going to the 9th round and this game has been defined by pistols. It's been defined by these P250s, 5.7s, Tech 9s, whatever. And I think that's just interesting. It's a very different duality between map number 1. But sadly, as much as I'd like to amuse this, I feel like this shouldn't be one of those scary maps.
This, I agree with you. So I will ask you in this not particularly scary round so far, what's your weapon of choice, your pistol of choice? What are you buying? I'm a Julie's person. What about you?
Oh, 5.7 Tech 9 to be honest. So the 5.7, I think the Tech 9 was always good, and the 5.7 feels really good in CS2. If I maybe have, Jasina, sorry, almost got the ace. I think China maybe saved it there, but you know what? Great 4K getting the ecos, but you know, Deagle if I'm feeling it, but realistically, 5.7 Tech 9, you're shredding. What about you?
Oh,
Is it Dual Brothers?
I'm a Dual Brother. Style. I like the cowboy style. You know, I feel like 2 guns even better. You know, I'll say it. The new noise the Glock makes in CS2, that's clean. I'll use the Glock just for the nice little click noise, you know.
That's a hot take. That's a hot take and a half.
I don't like the little switch noise that used to be crickets. Oh, that's huge. And look at that. It's given them the position and the opportunity just to push up so far there. It does get immediately traded though. So maybe not as scary as it could have been, but definitely a strange start to the round there for MIBR.
Yeah, strange start to the round, and the fact they're coming away from that in a 4 versus 4, I feel like is really lucky. Like, missed window smoke didn't really matter, as I guess Boca, who got that kill, did just charge up middle regardless, but MIBR shifting away now. They're going out of middle. They've given that over to mocreias, and because of that, it's allowed Little Z to rotate into CT, Mari to get into the bomb site, and as MIBR are starting to venture out of round, Thursday or Jewel against Little Z, this time the head and the cranium of the T side will be cracked open. That's a great advantage being warranted for mocreias.
Absolutely, but we will see. Look at that, Mari in this position. They do really like hiding behind here as well. They haven't cleared her out. This could be really scary. Does just miss the bomb plant, but look, hasn't gone cleared. And that's sort of the nail in the coffin. They know where China is, the spam through the wood, and there's so many eyes trained on them. Does get one. Unfortunately, that is the end of the road for them. Plenty of time coming into the defuse. A little bit of trouble hopping up there onto heaven for Mari, but that position at the back, absolutely crazy stuff. So many times it's gone uncleared. It's been really scary. This time it actually pays off a little bit though. Doesn't quite stop the bomb plant going down, but ultimately the round won, and that's really sort of the main objective here.
Yeah, and I like that she doesn't, when the bomb gets planted, I do like how she doesn't try and pounce on that. I think that's quite nice. That, like, yeah, she let the bomb go down. Okay, it's going to give Thursday an AWP. It's going to give regain a full belt of utility. However, I do like the fact that she played the round, and because that 3 players stay alive, and it just allows the C side economy to filter itself out a little bit. Boca having a great game. Little Z, she's having a lot more impact in this server right now, and I'm loving it. Look at this again from Boca. Aggression in middle, but she sits in connector, and speaking of aggression, MIBR charging up middle. They are hunting down Little Z, and the fact she's still alive, and the fact that she's actually got away here bamboozles me.
Absolutely, and that's something that we have to compliment them on. MIBR's style, especially in Nuke, something that won them so many rounds was the sheer aggression. We can see it paying off once again. Opening pick going in their favor as well. Look at that, just back off, hold top mid again. They don't want to maybe let go of this mid control. That was a little bit of a weakness for them earlier on in the map. But look, they've patched it. But Mari, that's not your spawn. That is the wrong spawn.
It's great though. It's perfect.
It is.
She's going to hear Bazina running away. She's going to catch her off guard. So that's a kill that puts her back into 4 vs 4. However, she hasn't confirmed where the bomb's going yet. So it's a little bit unknown to mocreias what's happening right now. But they have a perfect setup in apartments right now. It's in Thursday. Honestly, I doubt she gets this kill on Yadina. Yeah, Yadina claims the first. However, trade over on the other side of the map, different extremity. China finally gets some sort of vengeance on her squad. And this opens up the round to anyone.
It really does. Anyone's game here. Bomb is moving around. They're putting back through mid. They're going to try to take it through connector, I think. That Molotov perfect, giving them the safe passage in. But Rotate's already through. They've read this. They've called this. Is it going to be the one to call upon? Bomb will be tapped in. Has a little bit of support from the teammates. I'm also a little bit confused. Bomb will not go down just yet. And look at that. It is just Regain left alive now. Bomb so far away. You've just got to save at this point because that bomb is not going down.
That is a massive blunder.
I had the same what moment?
I had the what moment in regards to Regains on short, and the bomb planter thinks that Regain is helping her. However, Regain's in ladder. She's not holding for that short swing. I was going to praise the Molotov at first. I think it was, I actually don't know who threw the Molotov, but it was someone threw a Molotov. I think it might have been Bazina on short, and I was like, that's really nice. Gets her up connector. Regain can get in a position to hold short. You've got China, who's actually put herself in jungle. So you've got this really nice post plant being initiated where you can get the bomb down on reverse triple, and it's going to be a hard retake for mocreias. However, the retake's even necessary because for some reason, Regain doesn't hold for the bomb being planted, and I think she knows that's on her. But for mocreias, they've been gifted that round, and because of that, we may still see a 6-6 half after they did lose that opening pistol. And this is looking identical to Nuke. So last round of the half, mocreias is all theirs to play with because look at the economy of MIBR.
Absolutely. 6-6 half on both maps would be an absolutely incredible way, and I think it does tells a bit of a story as well with having such an even half.
Yeah, for sure.
And a little bit about the momentum and sort of stamina of these teams as well is because we really saw sort of mocreias struggle on their second half last map. Even though they were supposedly on the easier side, I'm curious to see if we see the same thing, maybe in reverse. But 6-6 halves, it's been a day for them, I think.
It's been a day for them, and what I'm interested to see if this is the case, or even 7-5 half, regardless, do mocreias still have some momentum left in them and some gas for that final push to make it a third map, which is still a whole nother story and beast in its own. Kazia somehow read into Boca, lovely from her. Also able to identify one more towards the middle. So as Boca deals with the mid players, this A-hold is perfect. And as China falls, it's going to be an identical 6-6 half. Boca, she's screaming. And now can mocreias continue for victory on Mirage?
Symbols in the bloodstained flag. Open road and nomadic plans. I'm coming to get ya. I'm coming to get ya. I'ma bring it in the
Welcome back, everybody, and we have another 6-6 half on our hands here. Of course, 6-6 half on Nuke, 6-6 half here on Mirage. What a way for this series to go. I, of course, am Affinity, once again joined by the one, the only, the incredible Freddy.
We back, and let's see if this time there'll be a bit of difference. Will it end up a 13-7 like the first map ended, with mocreias only funding one solitary round in that second half, or will it be a little bit different? So on this T side, they're already grouping up towards the A-bomb site. P250 in Mari's hand, full belt to utility, and Mari, well, she's the first to fall. Great headshot and a good early A defense, but no rotation shifting at all until those smokes come.
Absolutely, really good to see them holding their nerve, but so many jumping out of heaven. That will be the call for people to come over, and look, they tried to overwhelm. Does get one before falling, and look, regain there to have their teammates backside. And look, oh, shots just missed, dancing around the bullets. But look, bomb digits will be punched in. They won't actually. Look at that. Reload in the open. We've all done it. Losing track of how many bullets you have. And there we go. First round, pistol round to MIBR. What a way to start. This is how we saw the second half of Nuke start. History may be repeating itself.
Okay. If I'm not mistaken.
You're not mistaken.
Both pistol rounds this map for MIBR.
I'm
correct there. Okay,
you gotta
this
win
time
the map
I'm
at
correct.
that point.
This one I'm correct. This one I'm correct. MIBR, yeah, great start. No bomb going down as well, I think is really crucial. Potentially would have just liked to see a stick there at the end in that 1 versus 3. But the opener, as soon as Mari dies there, yeah, like they had a whole play about her. She kills CT, smokes come in, they take space, wham. However, she died instantly. And in this round, it's been a damage potentially. And maybe kind of avoiding Kazia, because she's on that MP9. She's got that extra $600 alongside, alongside some of her teammates. And this is definitely a round where you want to avoid those MP9s. It's just a full eco. So for mocreias, it doesn't really matter the outcome. They're expecting to lose. Bomb down would be kind of ideal.
Absolutely. And that does look a little bit difficult. They've still got two over towards B. That bomb, you know, coming up. They took it down underpass. It's going on a little bit of a sightseeing tour here as well. Why not? There is somebody still waiting, Van. The health is low as well. They've just got to keep their head ducked because there's no utility to clear them out here.
Rotations. Yeah, rotations are good. This should be done and dusted. They're kind of trapped. They're literally by every single angle. Look at how many players are here. Little Z actually landed a tag onto Kaiser, so that was quite nice. But apart from that, with a round over and MIBR, they push on to an 8th. This is the round now. This is where mocreias can just kind of stop the momentum and actually give them something to cheer about. Unless, if they don't, a little part of me is thinking, is it time for them to face the music? However, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. Rifles are out. Bit of a bonus buy for MIBR. You're going to have FAMAS. You're going to have MP9. But Thursday on the AWP, now that could be the difference because we saw again some very tasty entries on that T side already.
I think tasty entries is the perfect way to put it because she ate and left no crumbs. Now look at this.
Yo.
I thought I could work it in. You said, you know.
I love it. I love it.
But look at this. They are playing a little bit further back. They're stacked more towards this B site as well. The weapon sort of favoring that sort of advantage. And it's a right call as well. Sort of. We can see the bomb towards A. The majority of the players over in apartments there as well. They've pushed up quite far. They're not getting too ahead of themselves here as well. Rotating someone back. The calls here. The sense has been absolutely incredible. A little bit of a lack of mid presence against something that scared us about MIBR in the first half. Oh, look at that though. Beautiful kill there and such an important one as well. But immediately traded back. That's also money in the pocket. The MP9 doing wonders. Regain from CT. Gets one, backs away, reloads as well. Doesn't want to be caught reloading in the open. Look, pushing up through connector. They've managed to split these two up already. They've got these two individual fights that they need to take. But boom, look at them. They're just running it B.
Mari's in such a strong position as well. And I sadly don't think she's going to be able to utilize it that well. I feel like she could have maybe checked mid and then Bazina would have died, or if Regain had been caught off in a weird position, but she still could utilize this very aggressive position if Regain does walk into a crosshair. Mari, I don't know if she heard him, but she definitely would have heard the flash. And as that bomb gets planted, we're going to have Bazina coming in from apartments. Regain just holds her nerve, gets a dink onto Mari and a kill onto Little Z. Now Mari, 1 versus 1, is going to hear her adversary jumping out of apartments, tap on the bomb. Mari jiggles, sees that no one's on there, understands that Bazina's gone lurking, and Mari now very scared, lost track of her opponent, and Bazina, a very well played 1 versus 1. The tap of the bomb and just the shift put a bit of terror in her opponent.
Yeah.
And yeah, with that, still more BM and mocreias in a 3 versus 2, unable to convert the first gun round.
Absolutely. And those who are only just joining us, there's a lot of history behind these teams. A lot of these players have worked together, played together with these players, even on impact games, sometimes just on teams. So it's really personal, this one. You'll see a lot of BM. We've seen a lot of dead bodies sprayed out as well. You know, I'm loving the fire. What about you?
I think I like it. It makes the game more interesting, right? It adds just that extra little element. And yeah, I agree with you. It's going to be... let's see if that fire can continue, because I think that fire can backfire on you, if you excuse the pun. Because if you lose it, then, well, the BM goes away from you. However, mocreias, not quite the best of buys. They've got no armor on some individuals, but the Mac 10 and armor on Sign-On. Good opener. The rest of the team a bit disjointed, and the refrag isn't quite there. It will come eventually, but I think it's a little bit too late, because Regain has just taken the place of her fallen comrade. Molotov to force Mari in an uncomfortable position, and Little Z now 1 versus 3 with no armor and a just hand cannon with the bomb down in no man's land. That's a good start.
That is an incredibly good start as well. Still 2 to find though. And they know where she is. But look at that perfect crossfire setup just in case. And that is double digits on the board for MIBR. I want to highlight something there. I don't know if you were watching what I did, but China playing around the pillars there, absolutely perfect. Gets the first kill, immediately shifts attentions to apartment, gets the kill there, turns behind them. The sense of just where they're going to be attacking next, perfect. Beautiful stuff, and I love to see it.
It's lovely from MIBR, and I think that was a lovely round that I was surprised it came down to the 1 versus 2. I guess, you know, great shot from Little Z, basically a 1 versus 3. Should have been 3 players staying alive. But right now, we're 10 to 6. We're 3 rounds away from MIBR closing out the map and the series. mocreias, you may be seeing some of these faces, and you're familiar with them. Mari, got a lot of LAN experience. ESL Impact is in 1, 2 finals, 2nd place. Valencia, 2nd place. Yadina played at Valencia. We've got a lot of players who have played at some very good events. Bokor, Katowice, LAN experience. We've got experience in this region in ESL Impact. This is when they need to show that and shine.
Absolutely. Now, a little bit of a different round here. We can see all of the bodies in mid. This is a little bit of a shake-up from what we've usually seen. A lot of people hesitant to see mid. That fight in ladder room going in the way of mocreias there. Maybe a little uncertain as to it pushed up that far as well. But look, they've got all the space in the world here. They've split up MIBR. Everyone fighting on their own individual fronts. Their bomb going back towards A as well. But if you have a look, just rotated somebody off. Kaiser here is going to be called upon really to do a load of damage. Doesn't even get the first as well. If they may be able to go a little bit more, different story. But look at that Fuzzy with the AWP. Doesn't even win the battle there. The battle of the AWP this map completely going to Little Z here, Little Z. Look at that,
Mari, she hasn't moved, has she? Just hasn't moved. She's in the exact same place and start of the round, and it's her time to give off some BM. mocreias, that was a really interesting and intricate round. They smoke short, but not the deep smoke. Kind of like the little shallow smoke ahead of the bricks. And because of that, it allows Mari to get into ladder room, and she just catches off one player. Alongside that, Little Z can spit some bars and can also put some bars down on the map, because she gets the first kill in middle and then just runs around. It looks a little bit maybe unorthodox, it looks a bit crazy, but she wins the round single-handedly for her team there. Maybe it would have been won regardless, but not with that much conviction to keep 4 players alive and to also shout over to Furzy, yeah, you can hold an angle, but I'm going to peek into you, and I'm also going to win that duel.
Peeka's advantage. I don't know if it's
Peeka's
Peeka's advantage.
That's the
or quicker
second
trigger.
time, by the way, that's happened in like 3 rounds for Furzy. And the last time it happened, it was to an AK as well. It wasn't even an AWP.
It has been really crazy, and I don't know if it's necessarily, sometimes that reaction speed is just insane. It's inhuman. Sometimes it's a little bit of that subtick magic, that little something that sort of Valve has put the fear of God in us. Little something called subtick damage, which unfortunately for me backfires constantly. But beautiful round, and it will just force them back onto pistols. We do have that hero A1S, but haven't really seen it work out every time that it's been used in this series so far, mostly by mocreias. But maybe we'll see it finding something here. Regain.
The hero.
Ooh, that's a snazzy kill.
Yeah, that's a really nice opener. mocreias performing the exact same round, smoke on short and in window. I don't think they're going to expect Kaiser here. Sign on. Okay, she expects it, but the A1 gets the frag. And right now, MIBR 5 versus 4. Okay, they do pull one back. Very nice from Yadina. However, Furzy with a deagle at range as well connects onto the head of Mari. Little Z, don't know how she's alive, hitting every shot that comes in front of her. 2 versus 3. 1 versus 3 as Furzy's deagle continues to sing that sweet song of death. And mocreias this round has fallen away from them, not to the hands of the A1S. A1S gets 1 kill. It's the pistols that do the heavy work.
Absolutely. That A1S definitely would have put a little bit of fear in them as well. Definitely not what they were expecting the moment they knew they were up against pistols. But as you said, pistols really carrying the weight of this team. This is the right fight as well. Misses the shot, though. That's the information of where the AWP is. They're just going to back away. They don't need to do anything. Bomb is on back, but look at that. China in the perfect position to punish.
Great round.
Yeah, great round.
Just phenomenal from MIBR, and it felt like mocreias had a very clear pathway. They had the foundations set. Were they going to build upon those foundations? No. They win a round with the AWP going huge, 7-10. They win that last round, 8-10. Eco 9-10. They're 1 gun around away from even up the score lines, but unfortunately for for them, we might be seeing an identical affair of what happened over on map 1. 7-13, that's a legitimate outcome that we need to be thinking about. But luckily for mocreias, because the round they won was so clean, they have that money to save and spend up.
Utility is a little bit barren as well, which scares me a bit. But again, they've got the AWP out on Little Z, who has found some incredible impact on it, especially in comparison if we look at the AWP sort of head-to-head here against Furzy. And look at that. Beautiful shot as well. And yeah, just sort of decimates the team. There's nobody left.
Blink of an eye.
Blink of an eye, and everyone's gone, and it's just Regame and China. Also, both players having an incredible game here as well, but it is a 2v5. Bomb is going to go down as well. Now they have the timer looming above their head. There isn't a kit either.
Yeah, no, this is definitely looking like a save. Last round, I think, showed how bad their money was. And even though they won it, the money is still really rough. So, mocreias, any kill they get here is really huge. And that's a magnificent, just very clean kill from Mari. No one's losing their life. China, I think she's going to be allowed to save here. As I say that, Boca is charging up middle. So, oh, yep, China's heard her. Honestly, mocreias can throw individuals at this. And I don't think China's going to survive this, especially with players coming from behind. Does she pull the trigger on Boca? No. Trigger spin's amazing. They might lose the AWP. Oh my god, that's the AWP down. I don't think it'll be picked up. China stays alive. Does she get the 3rd? Yes. That's 3 kills and the AWP being taken out of this next round. China has all of a sudden turned that really bad round into actually something that can be built up upon.
That is something that we talk about time and time again, is that sort of when you go for a save and you've got to make sure that you save that weapon. But if you have the opportunity, whether you pull that trigger or not, keep your location hidden. Gets 1, gets 2, gets 3, and suddenly that is, whilst a round 1, not really a round 1 convincingly, I guess. You know, you really don't want to be losing over half of your team to somebody who's been saving for the whole round.
And, well, look at what it's come to. First, you've missed your window smoke in this round, which is always never a good sign. Sign-ons on a Galil. You've got no AWP out for Little Z, who has been looking so dominant with that sniper rifle. The one benefit they do have is look at the buy they're against. This has been very similar to what's already happened, and we've seen what Fuzzy can do with that Deagle at range, especially. The heads seem to be like magnets when she's got the Deagle or a pistol in her hand. But an upgraded FAMAS onto Kaiser, China with that A1S, and they've got the information, or maybe just the understanding where Mari is. Nade lands on her, and as she gets crunched down upon, potentially could have got one kill, but she'll find nothing. Sign on coming late through connector could come through in a lurk, but she's being held for. Doesn't matter. Connects on 2. All of a sudden, shifting momentum of this round. Back to a 3-3, and Thursday with her Deagle, it's all up to her. She has to hit some headshots, but unfortunately, one is all she'll find as Bazina picks up a rifle and places herself in a 1 versus 2. They've heard that.
Absolutely. They've heard that. If they just stuck with the Galil, they would have been a little bit more mysterious. But look at that. Unfortunately, peeks directly into the gun barrel of both of them. More PM.
Okay.
There's 2 people shooting at one dead body. You know, somebody called the police. There has been a desecration of a corpse. But mocreias pulling it back a little bit. 2-round difference. MIBR struggling financially again.
Struggling very financially, and that pathway that I was talking about has been reopened. It's a little bit later on in the game in the sense of it's not a 9-10, it's going to be a 10-11. So it's a little bit scary that MIBR are just maybe that 1 step closer to success. But Little Z's back on the AWP. We don't have a Galil out for sign-on. And even though she had a Galil, she still got a lovely double and basically won the round for her squad. But honestly, that round got really close. I thought mocreias might fumble it potentially, as it was kind of that 2v2 on the A bomb site. It was Fuzzy, I think it was China, and Fuzzy gets a Deagle kill. China gets an A1S frag, 2v2 on that A bomb site because Bazina was just a little bit too far away. It was a 3v2, but a 2v2 kind of on that site. And unfortunately, they don't get the shots that were necessary. And now with this eco, it's just all about finding some damage as the USPs run towards middle as a trifecta. And this triumphant is going to see if they can maybe take a weapon out of Mari, which actually looks very capable, and they'll actually succeed on the first round because Fuzzy, for some reason, is like a goddess when it comes to using the pistols.
Yeah, I can't fault you there. The clean kills, the Deagle kills have been incredible, as you said. Unfortunately, peeking into both an AWP and an AK, still not going to go well, regardless of how good you are with a pistol. But keeping 3 alive. Oh.
You know you can shoot through the vents, by the way. You can shoot through the vents without
breaking them, yeah.
Yeah, that's something that blew my mind when I first saw it. And I was like, you know, but then you realize it actually has no difference. Yeah, like it has no sort of difference in what's happening. But overall, that was a good clean eco, good save of the AK from China, and it seems
got our
like
little pause.
Mrs.
I don't know if you saw that at the end of the round where the bomb timer disappeared, reappeared, and then I can only describe as speeding on Gonzalez all the way down. I don't know what happened. I might be very confused. I don't know if you also saw that or anyone at home.
I didn't see it potentially, but I think I vaguely know what you are on about. But I mean, regardless, I think it's time for episode 3 of the podcast.
Oh, episode 3 of the podcast.
Episode 3.
What are we calling this podcast?
Do you know? Ooh, what's I'm gonna steal B-Dog's name here.
Okay.
It's such a good name. Impact Insights. And
Ooh.
to be honest, if no one's been seeing what B-Dog's been pumping out every single week, interviews, you know, that they're short little snippets. They have, you know, you're not going to learn about a whole team in those 3 minutes, but you get little insights, and it's really, really interesting. And he posts them all on YouTube and his Twitter. And if anyone has an interest in ESL Impact and they want to be learning more about the teams on maybe more of a personal level, definitely check him out. those and Impact Insights is also a banger of a name.
I also just want to highlight Lucy's, of course, her weekly recap.
Oh,
They're
yes,
incredible.
of course.
If maybe you're new to Impact, you know, I've dragged a couple of friends and stuff into watching over recent weeks, and you want to just have a little bit of a rundown of what's happened previously, you go back, you look through all of those, you will get the rundown on everything that's been happening. The two of them have been putting in the work for this, and it's really awesome to see such amazing content coming out. Impact this season has been incredible. Like I was saying before the game, like everyone in production's incredible. You guys at home watching have been incredibly supportive. Just everything has just been awesome this year.
Yeah, and I think the games have also been really cool as well. Just taking a look at this region, I was lucky enough to commentate the Furia versus Fluxo game.
Oh,
and you know that went to full. You know that went the full 3 maps. It was the first game on CS2. It was like it was it was literally like in the stars. Furia with the reverse sweep. Furia with this redemption arc, not making so Furia from going to making second at ESL Impact the season 2 finals, from top 4 at Katowice, these really strong results, and then not making it out of the region last season. I think this is their redemption arc. So looking at South America, it's where a lot of my focus has been, and I feel like it's delivered so much. And over in Europe, it's kind of anything to play for. I think in Group A, Nigma's maybe kind of snagged first place, but then second place, where's that going? Group B, where's that going?
Absolutely. It has been a wild ride, really. And we did say coming into this that, MIBR take this, there's still a chance for them to take one of those top 2 spots.
Exactly, yeah.
End of the road, you said, for mocreias. I didn't know that coming into this. End of the road for them.
I think, yeah, just because, so how I see this is for MIBR, they had a bit of a shocker on week 1. They lost to Divina in the first week, which I think was a massive shock to everyone, but they played Fluxo on the very last week. There's a potential world where maybe if Fluxo lose to either, I think Fluxo are gonna, because they just won, they're gonna have to lose next week to Kidsi Gracia. If they lose there and then MIBR win, there's a chance they make it. Divina, they could still potentially make it if like Fluxo lose to MIBR and Divina beat Furia on the last day. This whole South America could all come down to the very last week, and these are building up to it because these games matter for the likes of MIBR, Fluxo, Divina, and for Furia just to actually hold on to their lead.
Absolutely. But we got to get back into this game as well. It's all good looking at the overall grand plan, the overall script as well. But we're back into the game. 10-11, a lot closer than maybe we speculated at the half. Even though it's 6-6 half, 10-11, it sounds almost poetic.
This is exactly what I wanted it to be. I did not want this to be a whitewash in that second half. mocreias, a good entry onto this A bomb site. They haven't found the kill, but they've got that space. They need to deal with Bazina. She's over in secret, tucked herself away, but she won't even get the opening kill. It's gonna be her teammate over in CT, drawing away so much attention from her, and with the utility continuously being raided down, this could lay foundations for her to succeed, but no, she gets quelled, and with that, the bomb site finally gets secured in the hands of the T side, with the bomb being planted for a reverse triple, and these post plants being set up. This will be very hard for MIBR with one solitary kit on China to retake.
Absolutely, but look at that. China's in a really interesting position coming up from mid as well. I was going to say missed shot, but not quite. The flashbang, there's nothing to deter her. It is China pushing up, trying to make sure, clearing this jungle angle. That's an absolutely huge kill, but Little still on an absolute tear here. They do have to get on that bomb soon. They have pushed them back, both down. Not sticking it, gets the first, unfortunately, cannot quite get the second. That will even up the scoreboard from 6-6 to 11-11. This game is not letting anyone take any breaks.
Little Z's my go. Little Z's my go. Like, that round was, I think, a very good retake for MIBR. No way in hell should this happen. Right here. China, great first kill. What is that on the second? Sign-on cannot be missing those whiffs, but Little Z with those 2 frags on the AWP, and then Mari to kill Bazina in secret without dying is massive, but then to clean up, I think that was a 1 versus 2 as well, potentially at the end. Really huge, and now 11-11, second map. It is MIBR's map pick. However, mocreias will be looking to trade out the map picks of each other and lead us onto that third, lead us onto overpass. But they need to get past the pistols, and those pistols, they've been a very dangerous entity and a very dangerous beast.
They have indeed, and they might continue to do so. We can't put too much stock in it necessarily. Look at this, perfect position, except not quite, doesn't confirm the kill. Immediate flip around, and will lose their life. China gonna have to hold down the fort a little bit here. Bazina does have their back. Deagle shots eventually do connect, does even the scoreboard a little bit, but not for long. Bodies will fall, and that B-site will go into the hands of mocreias. Smoke's coming out, ready for sort of just setting up this post plant. Bomb down. It's just a deagle. That's really the only weaponry left. There's no weaponry left. I tell a lie. The moment the words left my mouth, they were doomed. Bit cursed it there. But, of course, map point.
Map points.
Their opponent's map pick. So
Luckily for MIBR, though, they do have a purchase. They do have that AWP out. And I feel like the AWP has been bested from Furzy. Little Z has been taking my heart in this map. This is 4 overpass. This is the center decider. Europe had a banger game. We deserve one here as well.
They do indeed. And, you know, maybe North America after this will also get a banging game. We may even see... I think we might get overtime. I'm sensing some overtime, depending on how this goes. But immediate opening pick, woman advantage over to the side of mocreias. They want to take this to map 3.
Good extremity push right now from China. She's actually got a lot of space over towards B, and she'll be able to relay that over to her teammates. In the meantime, after Mari gets that first clink connector, backs into underpass, is going to use her as a late pronged attack through middle. In the meantime, the emphasis now gets applied to the rest of the team as they're coming out of this A-bomb site. Molotov forces Kaiser in the open. She had a smoke, doesn't deploy it. Bazina in a very awkward position, forced into connector, tries to duel Mari, who's been taking skulls. She will avenge her fallen teammates, but it's all in vain as it's a 2 versus 4 with MIBR in a very difficult retake with one player on 22 HP to try and keep them in this map. Now just make it 1. China, I don't think they know where she is, but they soon will as Boca slays the beast. And mocreias, they take us to the 3rd map, and you can see how elated they are on those cameras.
Absolutely stunning stuff. So it does look like overpass is on the cards, and you guys will get to see map 3. There is no better way that this series could have gone.